What do I do for an opening? It's got to be something. Just be creative. Think. I don't know. Wait, what if this is the opening? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Now, normally we just do a lot of streaming. I haven't done some how-to videos in quite some time. I think it's actually been like 2 years or something like that. So I'm trying to get back into it. I'm trying to make some more videos. Honestly, I'm just trying to drive some content. I know that especially here in the Madden community, the PUBG community, the PlayStation gaming community, a lot of people want to do some of the cool stuff that we do here. And I figured I might as well show some tips and some tricks and exactly how we do what we do. So that's what today's video is going to be about, is how do you stream even when you don't have a big, powerful PC? If you don't have a big, powerful tower or a big, powerful laptop, there still is ways that you can stream even in 720p. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do that today. I'm going to show you all of the tools that you're going to need. We're going to link everything down in the description. We'll put everything in slides here in the video so that you can see what it looks like. But I'm going to show you exactly how I do it with my little old Mac laptop. And that's this bad boy right here. This is a 2014 MacBook Pro, my old faithful. This has been with me for 7 years now. It's probably 8 years old since it was manufactured. I'm going to show you how even with a low laptop, PC, MacBook, that you can still stream in 720. I'm going to show you all the tips and tricks that I kind of figured out over the years. I tinkered with this a whole ton. I done a ton of research. I really was out there trying to find out how can I give the best stream possible. And man, we tried a ton of different things until we finally found some tools that worked even with a small laptop without a big high-powered processor and a lot of memory. I'm going to still show you how you can do it. So stay tuned. I'll link you everything. I'll show you everything step by step, and we'll get right into it. All right, so here's the thing. Trying to help people learn how to stream with your equipment is taking a real shot in the dark. There's so many different variables. There's so many different things that kind of play a role in exactly how to stream to the best quality that you can. It's almost impossible to tell you that if you just do everything I tell you, it's going to work perfectly for you. So it's just too many variables. But I'm going to share with you my setup. I'm going to share with you all the little tips and tricks that I've learned in hopes that maybe it can get you pretty far down the road and get you pretty close to what you need. So what you're going to need is just really good internet. So here we live in the city. I've got 300 down and 30 up. We just recently upgraded. So I think I've got 35 up now and like 800 or something down. It's supposed to be 1,000, but we don't quite get 1,000. So you got to have really good internet. Make sure that you have really good internet so that you have that 4-lane highway to go down and have a really good stream. Because if you don't, it's just going to give you a ton of trouble, and this probably isn't going to work for you. Unfortunately, without really good internet, there's only so much that you can actually do. Here's another really important thing you should know about my stream. I live in a house with 3 other people. I'm a married man with 2 kids. I don't have a cool game room or media room that I can have all my stuff set up. So everything that I have is actually temporary. It's actually set up here in my living room. I have to set it up before I stream. I have to take it down. So everything's got to be slightly movable. Not slightly. It's got to be completely movable. I got to be able to store it away every single night. And it's got to be able to move with me. It's got to be able to move around and be set up pretty quickly and not take too long. So my setup's actually pretty easy. If you have a dedicated room, which I'm still kind of working on and going to build out here in the next probably year or two, you can set your stuff up. It'll be set up. You don't have to worry about tearing it down or setting it up. And it would probably be more stable for you if you've got that dedicated room. I don't. I'm going to show you my temporary setup. I'm going to show you all the things that I have. All right, here's the tools that you're going to need. All right, you're going to need a laptop or a computer of some sort. The biggest and the best that you kind of have available to you. I couldn't tell you if there are some minimum specs. You'll probably figure it out pretty quickly. Again, My computer was a 2014 MacBook, but it was a MacBook Pro, and it was a pretty powerful MacBook Pro at the time. And even though it's outdated today, it's still a pretty good laptop. It's still super strong. It can still do a ton of really cool stuff. So you can't probably dust off that 1998 laptop that you've got hidden in the back of the closet and start streaming, but you can use some pretty easy tools that you have around you. Use the best computer or laptop. I personally go laptop again because everything I have is portable. Everything I need is going to be movable and go with me. Everything I do is on a laptop. I went laptop probably 10 years ago and haven't really looked back. And so everything I do is going to be on a laptop. I'm pretty sure it's all going to connect to a tower or a PC if you have something like that. You're also going to need just a power source. This thing needs to stay plugged in. A computer trying to drain itself and do all of these high functioning things like rendering video and rendering your screens and rendering your overlays and doing your stream, like that's going to drain the power and it's going to just draw down on your computer. You're going to want to make sure that it's plugged in all the time. And then here are some little things that I use. I use an Elgato Capture card. Now, I used to try to do the whole like capture the screen. It was super choppy. It just didn't work. I finally just bit the bullet and went and got a capture card. I tried a couple of different ones. There were some pretty decent ones out there for like $100, but they got really hot. They were kind of bulky. They didn't move around really well, and I just didn't like them. I went with the Elgato. It's super great equipment. It's amazing software. They know what they're doing, and it was only like $25 more than the other capture cards that were out there. Elgato is the stuff. If you've never got into streaming, if you're going to get into it, make the investment, buy the good stuff, go Elgato, get you an Elgato capture card. I also got the Elgato Capture software. It's free. You just get it off of their website, but that's actually the software that I use to do streaming. You've probably heard of OBS. If you've done any kind of streaming, we'll do another video on OBS. I'll even do another video on streaming on my new MacBook Pro, which is super powerful and super large. I use OBS on that thing, but OBS on this little MacBook, after a while, just kind of drew it down and it was causing too much CPU drain. Like I was in the 75, 85, sometimes 90 CPU that it was just kind of pulling from, and this little computer just couldn't handle it. And so every time I try to use OBS, I could get away with okay stuff, but it would have weird audio glitches. It would have weird freezing glitches. It wouldn't be in 720. It just was weird. And so when I went with a capture card, I ended up going with Elgato software, and it actually worked really, really well. It was easy on my computer. It never caused it to drain. It was a little bit more limited, and there was only so much that I could actually do with it. But still, in the long run, it worked really well. Go with the Elgato Capture software if you don't have a big, powerful PC that can handle OBS. You're going to want to make sure you have a male-to-male audio cord. So this is going to go from your Elgato Capture card over to your PC. You're also going to want to grab you a couple HDMI cords. Those are going to kind of connect from your PlayStation or Xbox, I suppose, all the way to the capture card, from the capture card to your TV, and then it comes with its own cord to go from the capture card over to your computer, your laptop, whatever it is that you're using. You're also going to want to make sure that you are hardwired in. We talked about internet a while ago. You're going to want to make sure that you're hardwired so you get those good speeds. It's super stable. You're going to need a mic. I don't know if you can see my mic right here, but you're going to need a good microphone. And if you're going to do some game chatting, so you're going to be in a party chat with friends, that's going to need a second mic, especially if you're on PlayStation. Xbox, I know you guys are a little bit different, so you're going to have to kind of figure out your own thing. But I know with PlayStation, they do this weird thing where they actually don't transmit party audio through HDMI for probably a couple of different reasons. Same probably reason that you find if you ever use your Apple headphones or microphone and try to plug that into your controller, it won't work because PlayStation has cut that stuff off because they feel like they don't get really good audio quality on that. So that's the reason if you're going to play in party chat and stream your party chat and you want your people who are watching your stream to hear that, you're going to need two microphones. It gets a little bit more complicated, but I'll show you both setups. And then finally, just going to need Twitch. You're going to need YouTube. You're going to need some type of streaming service, mixers out there, Facebook is another one that I know a lot of people are using. I personally use Twitch and YouTube. I stream on Twitch and then I send everything over to YouTube just so that they stay there forever. I do have faith though. I've been watching a lot of videos that YouTube is going to change some stuff, and we may even go straight YouTube soon once those changes happen. So make sure that you have some type of streaming service that you are able to stream, that you know where to find stream codes. We'll show you all of those little tips and tricks. So when we come right back here, I'm going to show you my actual setup. We're going to get into it. I'll do some screen capturing and we'll show you exactly how we do some streaming. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. In post-production, we realized the video we originally filmed did not work. It was all glitched out, and that is because my poor little computer can't handle everything. This is my old Mac laptop, and this is one of the reasons why I had to upgrade. It's totally glitched out the screen recording that we had done and froze and just wouldn't let me do anything with it. So we're going to try to re-record it. So this is the Elgato Game Capture software that you see here. It's up and running and it's fairly easy. I'm going to see how quickly I can get through this with you. So as you've seen the plug-in, it's plugged into the USB port. The audio is plugged in, headphones are on, microphones are plugged through, everything that we've kind of walked through. The audio is the most difficult part. If I need to make another video, I can definitely make another video showing you how to do the audio. Basically though, it is Bluetooth headphones connected to my TV, one microphone connected to the PlayStation. You then go to settings, devices, audio devices. This will be your microphone. It will have both input and audio output as your microphone. Set the output to TV, just like it is right here, or AV amplifier. Let the input be your microphone, and then your second microphone that's connected straight to your PC will be connected to this commentary button and this live commentary section that we'll get to in a second. That way your party audio in the PlayStation software can hear you, and your streaming can hear you with your other mic. That is the easiest way to explain exactly how to do your audio. Once you connect it to it, it's going to list your Elgato Game Capture card here. You can see it's already wanting to glitch out on me, and so that's why we've got the camera all covered up, and hopefully we won't cause any issues here. If you go to settings here, it'll walk you through all the settings. I actually never really touched any of these settings. With the picture, the audio, and the profiles, I just messed with the capture settings. Capture settings, input device is PlayStation 4. Input is your HDMI. I do not do with analog audio because of the audio setup I had before. I kept it on standard colored range, again, because this little Mac can only do so much, and so I was least of the least settings so that I could go HD 720. The profile set to HD 720, but you can go standard, mobile, or even try to do 1080 if your computer is big enough. You can go 60 frames per second if your computer is big enough. And then I always kept my quality all the way down to good because it was still really good quality. Allow me to hit 30 frames per second, allow me to be in 720p, and I never touched anything else. Everything else I left alone. You can want to make sure that you enable or disable hardware encoder because that will also save you some processing power. Hit OK. That'll bring you to your next section. So we hit 1 frame per second for a second there. Your game audio. This is the audio that's coming in through that male analog audio. Not analog, I'm sorry, through that digital audio that's coming from your game capture card straight to your PC. This is the actual volume that you hear on the game. So all your game sounds, your party chat, everything will play through here. It usually was pretty good at 0. Some nights some guys were loud, and so I'd mess around with it and play around. The next section here is going to be live streaming. This is your bit rate. Your bit rate is going to be determined by a combination of your processing power, but also your internet. Your internet is the biggest decider of what your bit rate will be. Twitch and YouTube cut it off around 4.5 or so. So even if you can handle 8 and larger, Twitch and YouTube will kind of cut you off automatically. So I always kind of kept mine around 4. I've got pretty good internet, like I said, and so I could handle as much as I wanted, but it would cut you off, and I'd just keep it at 4. The audio, I'm sorry, we're going to stay up here. This is your account. You need to add your Twitch, add your Mixer, add your YouTube, whatever you're going to stream as. And then this right here is just some advanced settings. I never touch this. It does everything that you need automatically. And yeah, you don't really need to mess with it. Maybe move it to 720 and 30 frames per second if it isn't, and if you know that you need to go 720. This is your status, which is the same as the tags and stuff below. Again, here's the thing about Twitch is it never transferred. So whatever you put in here, it never transferred to the back end of your Twitch. And so it kind of was a waste of time. I did it because I did a lot of copying and pasting and post-production when transferring things from Twitch to YouTube. And so I like to have it just handy here, but it doesn't really work. And something I wish that they would fix. Here's your live commentary. This is going to be your second or your primary mic for your streaming. Right now it says Yeti because I'm just using my Yeti microphone that you've seen at the beginning just so that I can quickly record this. But this would normally be connected straight to the laptop. If you turn commentary on, you'll see that my microphone levels come up. I want commentary off. These levels would kind of flow and be different depending on how I need it to talk, but I'd always test it before I got going and make sure that my levels were pretty good. I never did automatically reduce game sound because when you talk, it would just bring everything down. I'm usually in a party chat, and that means that those guys' voice wouldn't be heard. I never really messed with advanced settings, but it does have a threshold, which means anything that falls below that, it will cut it off, which is really nice for all the background noise. And so that is definitely a setting that you should play with and find a nice mixture. And then finally, your tags. This is your description, your game, your video title, the tags that you're going to use. Again, I kept it there simply so that I would have something to copy and paste whenever I went to the back end of Twitch and transported like I'm a vehicle. Whenever I sent those over to YouTube so that they would sit there forever, I would have all of this stuff handy. That's the settings. It's really that easy. These are the 10 different scene options you have. It comes with scenes already built. I delete them all. If you go to add here, you can get scenes, and there's a lot of free options. So if you don't want to build anything, if you just search free scenes, free Twitch scenes, things like that, you'll find more stuff than you can shake a stick at. There's animated stuff. Again, if you have a lower laptop PC, which is probably why you're watching this video, then you need to avoid trying to use anything animated because it's just going to bog down your computer. You need to keep everything standard and easy. If you're using images and building them out like I did in Photoshop, a PNG image, get everything on one image so you don't have multiple images up there. I would build out scenes this way. I would have an intro scene. This, again, would normally, behind this is the actual gameplay footage. So what you've seen here, so my Red Dead Redemption screen on my PlayStation, that's on this scene as well. I just put a black JPEG on the top. So it covers that up. I would turn my game audio off so you wouldn't be able to hear any of the sound. And then on top of this black photo, I would put on my video that I would make for my intro. So my stream starting soon video, make that in Premiere, make it a 5-minute video with music. I would export it out as an MP4, then use a converter to convert it to a WebM file. That WebM file is just much smaller, much less processing power needed. You upload it here by just going to edit scenes. You can see I've got a black one there, but it's not showing up because I've already deleted everything off this computer. Add image and then add video. They stack on top of one another, and it'll just start playing automatically and then also automatically loop at the end. So I would turn that on, get my stream started, gives me a couple minutes to gather myself, make sure I've got everything set up, and I'm ready to go. The thing about this software is it doesn't have automatic transitions. It doesn't fade in and out. It doesn't fade your audio. So you're a little limited on that end of what you can do. But you can see here that you can just manually flip through these. And it's not the best thing in the whole world, but it is something. I'd always have a little copyright scene that I like to use that just put up there for a few seconds. And then this scene here was my intro video. So whatever game I was playing, I would custom make some videos for those, whether it is Madden, whether it's PUBG, whether it's Warzone. I would just custom make a logo, custom make a video, and just put that video right here. And then these were my actual scenes. So the scenes of whatever game I was actually playing, those would go here. And I try to keep it pretty simple. A cam box in the top left or top right, but you can kind of put it wherever it fits for your game. The logo that I would make for either my PUBG clan, Warzone clan, the baseball league, the Saints and Sinners CFM franchise that we do for the OMFL, those I would just kind of place on here in Photoshop so that I knew where everything was going to lay out, and then just edit scenes, hit add image, add your PNG image, and it would all plug in. Then you hit add face cam. I've only got one cam on this little computer. It's the front facing camera. I would put that behind the PNG image so that the frame of my webcam would cover up the webcam. I would shrink the webcam to fit inside that little box. And then bam, I have a complete scene ready to go, and I can start streaming immediately. Here are two other quick updates though. This little box back here, let's see if we can get to it here. So these two boxes, this one here is a PUBG website that would show your kills and your website. Plug in that address and bam, that overlay would be here with transparency background. I could put it anywhere I want it. The same for the chat. I use Streamlabs, Stream Elements. I'm slowly moving over to Streamlabs. Stream Elements. I'm moving away from Streamlabs. And then this is what that is. It's the chat. You go there, you plug in your Twitch or YouTube, whatever you're streaming as. You go to the chat box. It will give you an HTTP. You can set the size you want, the transparency, all of that fun stuff, the color. It gives you an HTTP. You come right back here. You hit add website, bam, your chat's there. When people start chatting, it'll be a transparent box, but when they start chatting, for like Press Pass Live, our podcast show, we would have an agenda on the left side. And so on that agenda, it would just be the same exact PNG, just slightly changed to highlight different sections of the agenda, and I would just line them up on each scene so that as I transferred from scene to scene, it would look like that highlight was moving down, but it was really just me changing scenes. And then finally, I would have an outro scene. You can't see anything here, but this was just an outro video for the Grown Folks Online community. You would click that, it would play it. I would have to hover here, turn it off as soon as it went off because it would loop again, so you just have to sit here and wait. Let me show you one other really cool tool as we close this to save some room, hopefully some, what's the word I'm looking for? Some memory, that's the word I'm looking for. This tool is called Stream Deck by Elgato. You can buy a Stream Deck. It'll run you about $150 for the physical large Stream Deck. I actually just like this one. It's $25 a year. It comes just like this. You set it up yourself, completely customizable. You tell each button on this deck what you want it to do. So this button's to turn the stream on, this button's to go to scene 1, scene 2, PUBG scene, Saints and Sinners scene, Grown Folks, Baseball League scene, Road to the Show scene. You get the picture. Turn on the webcam, turn off the webcam, stop the stream, all of this stuff. Take a screenshot, do a timer. You can set these up to do all kinds of fun stuff. And then this connects with your phone. So you actually get the same app on your phone after you've set it here on your computer. You turn it on, you minimize it like this, you turn it on to your phone wirelessly connects to your computer and to the app, and now I can control everything with my phone without actually having to sit here and hover over the game capture software. So that's it. That's how I was able to stream in 720p with a low-rated computer, not a whole lot of stuff on this computer, not a whole lot of processing power, but still able to do 720p at 30 frames per second on Twitch, with chats, with overlays, all kinds of fun stuff. So I hope that helps you. We had a post-production video shoot. I don't know what you want to call this video, but I hope that this helps a lot. If I left anything out, I was trying to make this one faster and quicker. Please let me know. We can do more breakdown videos and like really dig down into each of these. What I just tried to show in a couple of minutes for you is stuff that took me months to learn, years to learn, as I played with OBS first with this computer, then I swapped over to this, and just I learned a ton. I'll gladly share anything that would fit for you guys and that you would like to hear more about. Just leave it in the comments. We'll come back and check it out. Also would love if you just check out our stream. We stream on Twitch at Grown OC. Grown Folks Online Community is a community for mature gamers. We are all adults. These are both sports games and shooters is what we mainly play. Everything from golf to baseball to basketball. Madden is a big driving force. We have 7 Madden leagues, including the longest online Madden league in the world called the OMFL. And then we also play PUBG. We play Warzone. We play a lot of those types of games. So would love for you to come check out my stream, but we also host everyone else's stream on the community, so you can find tons of content, and we're going to continue to produce more videos like this, including one that's coming out about streaming with a nice big powerful laptop and OBS and all the cool new features that you can do. But this is a great way, even with a low level computer and not a lot of processing power, you can still go 720p and you can still hit all of the different marks that you want to hit. So I hope that helps. I hope that you have a really great week. And if you liked the video and you found it helpful, please give us a like and a subscribe. And if you got some questions, let us know, and we'll make sure we get some answers for you. Have a great week. God bless. Peace.